The weekend is very busy. I'm busy all the time. You know, my husband and I were running a church, so there's just almost so much to do over the weekend. So I'll share this with you. It was on a Monday morning. I woke up. There was so much that we had to do, and so much we had to do in the house. There's just so many things that was going on, and I just remember just being very tired. I was tired, but I needed to be like awake, and I needed to be like alert because we had people coming over, and I needed all the strength that I need to just get through Monday. And I'm like, Lord, I'm gonna need your help. I'm gonna need your help. And one of my favorite place to be is on one of my couch. I just like to just lay there and just relax and just let God just renew my strength. And that's what I did. I lay on my couch and I just lay down and I began to just like worship the Lord. He'll renew my strength. He promised that he would. And so I just lay on the couch and I began to I'm trying to find like a hymn or like something to sing to the Lord and just worship him, just to get to the throne and just be renewed in the spirit and just be with the Lord, even if it's just for a minute. I'll take it. And I lay down on my couch, and then I had this lyrics that came into my mind. I mean, I don't know if I should actually sing it for y'all, but it was like something like this. I just lay down, and then I'm like, I'm so tired. And then I'm like, but I don't want to fall asleep. I need to stay awake. I need to stay awake because if I fall asleep, I'm out. Like, no one can wake me because I'm just like my sleep and stuff like that. So, and I sleep really deep and stuff. So, I lay down on my couch and I just begin to sing this hymn. Just like I'm like, okay, I gotta stay awake. And then this lyrics came into my mind. I'm like, when there's nothing to do, I can stay in the Lord. I can live in the Lord. When there's nothing to do, I can stay in the Lord. I can live in the Lord. When there's nowhere to go, I can stay in the Lord. I can live in the Lord. And I just keep singing it and singing it. As you can see, as I sing it, it just like it like almost like a flower that just open up. It refuels me, and it just gives me so much energy to keep going. And I just keep singing the song, keep singing in the song, keep singing the song. And the more I sing it, is the more I started to just move with the lyrics, with the tone. Because even though when I'm singing the song, I could hear a sound in my head as well. So I'm actually going along with the sound I'm hearing in my head. So I sing the song and I sing the song. And as I was singing it, I got carried away in the spirit. And just like that, I was out. I was out and I saw myself into this place. I mean, nothing that I explained that I've seen is really 100% of what I saw, because it is extremely difficult to explain things in the spirit. So I will do my best to really bring it out the way I saw it. So I was in this place, like an alley, but it's a big alley. I don't know. It kind of reminded me like a street in New York or something. It was like an alleyway. On each side of the alleyway were like brown buildings. That's what reminded me of New York. Brown tall building, but the alleyway just like it was a cement alleyway. It just like it goes into like a street, like what it maybe two lanes put together to make that alleyway or alley. And I'm walking on that pathway, and as I was walking in that pathway, the hallway or like the alley or the area that I was walking on just suddenly changed. And then there was just this breeze that was hitting my face, just like, like in the summertime, like a gentle breeze, just so gentle. You just love the fact that the wind is hitting your face, and it just felt so good. So now with the wind blowing and I'm walking toward that Halloway, uh, and I'm walking toward it, but it become a different scenery. So now, instead of me seeing the end of the street, and then like, which opened into the main street, instead of that, I saw like a door that was in front of me. And the door was like right there in front of me, and on each side of the door was like white curtains. I mean, beautiful curtains. You just don't see things like that here. And then the curtains the wind that was blowing toward my face was blowing to. It looks like it was coming from that door it was from that door. The wind was being blown toward me like that. And then as it did that, the curtains, the beautiful white curtains, just were just blowing in the air, just blowing in the air, just blowing in the air. And then it was like a door, like an archway, but it's like a door. And then the curtains was like right there on each side of the door is like right there. I don't know if I'm explaining it right. The door is like right there, and then in front of the door, like you would like in your house, you put curtains. So the curtains were on each side of the door, and then in the middle was open, and then just wind was blowing. So I began to walk toward the door and toward the curtains because it was just so beautiful. The surrounding area, instead of me seeing building, it was kind of what I saw was, I felt like I was in a light clouds, like, because I remember the scenery was kind of like white, but it wasn't like so cloudy that I couldn't see. It was just a little bit like almost like a covering of some sort, or like it was in the middle of like, or in the midst of like light clouds. And it looks like, I don't know, just different things that was going on. I wish like the scenery was just really peaceful and gentle breeze. Like you could, like the wind is coming, but like, you don't know where the wind is coming from, but I sensed that the wind was coming the direction of the door, because the wind was hitting me. And every time, and as it blow, the curtains that was in front of me just blowing toward me, it was just being blown toward me, and I'm walking toward the door. And as I walked toward the door, right in front of me, Jesus stood in between the two curtains, and he was right in front of the curtains. So when I saw him, because I've seen Jesus before, I saw him, so I walked toward him and I just stood there. When I stood there, he reached his hand out to me, and his hand was this ball, like it looks like, like, I don't know, like you would see like a crystal ball. I don't know, but it was like a golden ball it was like a pure golden object, but it was shaped like a ball, and he placed it in my hand. And when he placed it in my hand, I don't know, for some reason when Jesus give me stuff, I don't know, I just hold it in my he hold it like he placed it in my hand, but then again I saw it in his hand, like he wanted to give it to me, like he wanted me to have it. And then, like, I don't know, I have the notion like he had the ball and then he gave it to me. I held my hand out and then placed it in my hand, and I held it there. And as I was sitting there, we didn't talk, but he's in front of me, and I'm just waiting, just like a child waiting to see what's gonna what the father's gonna do. And he took his other hand and pull out this candy. It looks like a chocolate bar. You know those chocolate bar that you break, inside of it is like white good stuff in it. It kind of looked like, maybe, I don't know, coconut stuff, like white beautiful stuff. It wasn't ice cream. It was like a white substance that was within the candy bar, and the outside of the candy bar was like kind of like grayish, like a darker color, grayish, maybe close to black, but it was grayish, black or something, the outside, but inside of it was creamy. So the candy that he gave me, the top of the candy, like maybe like the very inch of the top came off, and I could see like the white goodness that was inside of it. And he took the candy and he gave it to me, and I ate it. And when I ate it, after I ate the candy, he walked toward me, and he embraced me like I was being held on his chest. Like he embraced me like that. And when he embraced me, we didn't talk. I mean, when you are in front of Jesus, I mean, who wants to think or want to do anything else but just being in his presence and just being with him. And I just let him, I just fall in his, his arm, and I just lay there, and he held me there. And then after he held me, he went into the position, when somebody like a pastor's praying for you. So he took his hand and he lay his hand over my head. And when he lay his hand over my head, and I'm still in front of him, but he didn't lay his hand went on my head, and and then like he did that in a position like he's praying for me. Then he held me, and I was, while I was standing in that position in front of him, just like that, I was in a different place. And this place that I'm in, I saw this beautiful river. I mean, the whole scenery was river. It was, the entrance was like, yellow sand, and the yellow sand. I mean, you just don't see stuff like that here. You don't see rivers like that here. And I saw the river, and I stood at the bank of the river, and I walked toward the river, and then I saw like other people in the river already. And so I walked toward the river. As I walk in front of the river, I noticed that the river start to just like pick up, like as far as like, being like it was rising. It was rising as I was standing, at the bank of the river. I mean, it just like there was no end to it. The only place that was like an entrance was the entrance of me going toward the river. So, I was just with Jesus. Now I'm in front of this body of water. I mean, the water was so alive. It was just the most beautiful water, like lake. It was a lake because, it looked like a lake. And then there was like a wave that was going on, but the wave was not disturbing. You just wanted to just like, I don't know, the water was just so attractive, but I just kept looking at it. But for some reason, it looks like the water was like at, my ankle area. And then it started to just move. And then I was being moved in the water. And it goes from my ankle, and then it went to my knees. And then the water started to move. But I mean, the water started to move, and then like I'm trying to like walk on the water. Now the water's on my ankle, and I'm walking, and then like it was like a gentle wave. The water did like kind of like a gentle wave like that, but it didn't disturb my stance. Like I could stand, I wasn't falling or anything like that. But then and as I'm being carried into the water, next thing I know, the water reaches up to like my stomach area, like my lower stomach. It reached that height, and then now I couldn't walk, so I'm standing in the water. And then there were other people. I mean, I remember what I was wearing. I was wearing a shirt, and I was wearing jeans. That's all I had on, a white t-shirt and a pair of jeans. And there were other people that was in that. Now by the time the water get up to my I guess my waist area, like the bottom, like not the top of my belly, like where my belly button, like my waist area. So once the water got to that height, it looks like the water lift me up, kind of like carrying me, but I wasn't, the water was like, I got lifted up in the water where I couldn't walk on the ground anymore. Like I was lifted up in the water. And then there were other people we were trying to go somewhere, but there was no end. But the water was so attractive, and the water was so gravitated. There was a pull to it, and we're being carried in the water. And I just remember, like, because I couldn't walk anymore, I began to swim, and I'm swimming, and I'm swimming. And the more I swim is the more I just wanted to be in the water, but there was no end to this water. And it looks like, I mean, there were like, I don't know, maybe, I don't know how many people that were there, but there were other people, and we were swimming towards something. I don't know what we were swimming toward, but we wanted to be in the water. I know I wanted to be in the water. And then every time, and then the water, the wave of it, like it just, the gentle wave, it just the water looked like it pushed, like the wave comes like that, but it grabs me and then pull me back in. And then I'm going in. Now I wasn't walking anymore. Now I was swimming. As I'm swimming, I remember just, moving my hand, and I'm swimming toward the middle of the water. I'm just going. And other people are so excited, almost as if like we're supposed to meet somebody. And they were so excited to be in the water. And we're swimming, and we're swimming. And we just kept swimming. And I just remember feeling like I could feel, like I didn't have the feeling of being wet, but I have the knowledge that I was in the water, and the water felt so good, almost as if like when you in drought and you haven't drank water in so long, and you get a glass of water and you just drink, and you're like, I want more water. I just wanted to keep swimming, and there wasn't no like, there was no information about like I was getting tired or anything like that. The water made me wanted to keep swimming in it. And I felt like I was going somewhere. I was going to go somewhere I was heading somewhere that I did not know, but I was heading somewhere. And the people that were in the water, they were laughing. It was a joyful time. Like they were laughing, they were playing, and everybody's swimming. Because we are not like at the beginning. We are in the water now, in the water, in the wave. And then at some point, as we are swimming, the wave would go over my head, and it'll just come down. It would go, it would come down, almost as if like I was playing with the water or something. It was just amazing. It was amazing. It was amazing. And as I was swimming, and we're laughing and just playing around in the water, and we're like deep into the lake, and we're playing around, and just like that, I came out of the trance. Just like that, I came out of the trance, and I was so full of energy. I got up out of my couch, and I was ready to meet the people that I was supposed to meet that day. And I had so much strength. I had so much energy.